feeds.
So the elephant is sick? Okay. Oh, that doesn't look good. So I was looking for volunteer events in Sri Lanka since that's my New Year's resolution is to volunteer once in every country that I live in. And a friend of mine redirected me to this one called Millennium Elephant Foundation. And I thought, perfect. I've wanted an excuse to hang out with elephants, and I wanted to do it in like a not immoral way since like riding an elephant is messed up and most orgs with elephants is messed up. So if you take a picture with any elephants, it's usually not a good thing. And when I contact this company, they give me an address. I put the address on Google Maps and it redirects to Club Concept Elephant Riding. And so I sent them a message and I'm like, why is it that this is what shows up on Google Maps instead of Millennium Elephant Foundation? And then they send me a link that goes to them on Google Maps and it's right next to Club Concept Elephant Riding. And I'm like, are they the same company? Did they rescue the elephants there and buy the property? Or like, I don't know, it was really confusing to me. I started researching them on YouTube and there's like a lot of people saying that they rescue the elephants from captivity. That's why they're a good organization. They take them out of worse conditions and put them in captivity on their own pretty much, which is the kind of shit that like people in PETA always got in trouble for. So I'm like really skeptical about this whole thing. And then I go to reviews and all of the reviews are like, yeah, the elephants, they don't look happy, they're in chains. Or the low reviews anyways, I filtered to the 1 stars. And then so I messaged them telling them that I'm kind of concerned and I'm not sure if I want to volunteer for these reasons. Can you explain to me why this is a good org? And they just don't get back to me for days. But you know, I figure I'm gonna get the benefit of the doubt, and worst case scenario, I just expose them. So I sent them an email and I set up a volunteer activity and then I volunteered for half a day. It's a lot of food. Before I begin the volunteer activities, the guy working there decides to give me a tour. When he's giving me a tour, I had to ask him 2 very important questions. First of all, what's up with this whole Club Concept Elephant Riding thing that's on Google Maps showing that's in the same property as Millennium Elephant Foundation? He tells me that they need to have an elephant riding business in order to fund the organization because it brings more money to them than anything else. Apparently, in their opinion, it's totally fine for people to ride elephants if it's without a heavy mount and it's only a very short distance. My strong personal opinion is that it's not okay to exploit animals in captivity in any sort of way. So the next question that I asked them is, why don't you guys just release the elephants? Their answer to that question is that the elephants are too domesticated, and for this reason, they cannot be released because they cannot survive on their own. Then I asked if there's a way to train them to be less domesticated. They explained that it's possible, and they kind of laughed it off. They're like, no, that's not gonna happen here.
Feeds.
So the elephant is sick? Okay. Oh. That doesn't look good. Does this happen a lot, or is this kind of a rare thing? Does this happen a lot, or is it kind of rare?
Yeah, because it is a male helipodon captivity elephant, 2 crore.
Okay. So what's wrong with them?
Because of good dirty water and poops.
So the elephant's just really unhealthy, and it got to the point where it passed out. Okay.
You can go there and see, no problem.
All right. Just vitamins? Or holy fuck.
Don't get lost.
Jesus. So after spending half a day there, I came up with a personal conclusion that they are most likely a scam, which is disguised as a charity organization. They collect volunteers from all around the world who want to feel like they're helping the elephants when in fact they're supporting something bad. ironically. And they can come up with the excuse that they need to rescue these elephants by renting them from other places which treat them worse, and then they're too domesticated to come out into the wild again. However, I saw an elephant pass out from exhaustion, and they even told me it was because of the bad food and water that it was given. So maybe they're not treating the elephants that well. And the fact that they're letting people ride the elephants, and that's a separate business of theirs, I think that pretty much solves it right there.